Hello there, and welcome back to Story Demon. I am David C. Hoke. On Story Demon, we talk about crafting story. You can take what you learn here and apply it to making a movie, write the book, write an essay, making a video game, whatever you were constructing and working on. The story concepts are universal. So, what we're focusing today on is the MacGuffin. MacGuffin comes from Hitchcock in the 39 Steps.
Can you explain what a MacGuffin is?
Yes, a MacGuffin you see in most films about spies. It is a thing that the spies are after. In the days of Rudyard Kipling, it would be the plans of the fort on the Khyber Pass. It would be the plans of an airplane engine and the plans of an atom bomb, anything you like. It's always called the thing that the characters on the screen worry about, but the audience don't care. And someone asked, what is a MacGuffin? And it's described in a scene in an English train going to Scotland, and one man says to the other opposite him, he said, what's that package above your head there? And the other man said, oh, that's a MacGuffin. He said, well, what is a MacGuffin? He said, well, it's an apparatus for trapping lions in the Scottish Highlands. The man said, but there are no lions in the Scottish Highlands. He said, then that's no MacGuffin.
What basically a MacGuffin is a device on which your story can happen. In 1977, Star Wars: A New Hope, the MacGuffin is the Death Star plans. That is what droids are carrying when they're sent to Tatooine. They're what must Obi-Wan and Luke then get to the princess to save her, and then get the droids off the Death Star to the rebels, and then use those to be able to defend themselves against the big bad Death Star. So the MacGuffin is that thing that had to be pushed and pressed forward. Now, there's other things went along with it. Of course, they had to rescue the princess and things like that. But the MacGuffin is an anchor for you to hang your plot on. It's gonna be different things in different movies. They can have a bigger role than others. You know, Raiders Lost Ark. Well, it's the Ark. Finding the Ark, finding it first, and then getting it away from the Nazis. The Nazis get it, and then Indy's gotta get the Ark safely away from them. It doesn't always have to be a thing. It could be winning the swimming tournament, winning the dance off. It could be all kinds of things. It could be battling a disease, and so then the disease in a way becomes the MacGuffin, or maybe the treatment of the disease becomes the MacGuffin. Here's the reason why it's so important. So you craft a story, and you want to make it a type of story. You want to make it sci-fi. You want to make it horror. You want to make it thriller. You want to make it whatever, rom-com, whatever. You have to, and in doing so, you're going to have certain scenes you're going to develop in the spirit of that. If you're making a zombie movie, you're going to have scenes where the hero is close to being bitten, or you might have the scene where somebody close to the hero is bitten. And you always have this conflict of dealing with the zombies, and maybe that MacGuffin might be a cure against zombies, or maybe just getting to a safe place. And you've got to get, like The Last of Us. The whole thing is getting the girl. She basically is the MacGuffin herself. Her ability to possibly beat the disease is a MacGuffin. So when you have this device, it gives you an excuse to have the scenes for the type of story you want to construct. I know people will be going, well, my story defies genre conventions and things like that. Well, unless you're like crazy genius and you're going to develop something new, that's probably like a shitty idea, to be quite honest with you. Because we'll do a whole nother video on expectations of genre. Most people that I know that work with stories and writing scripts and books and stuff, they have scenes in their head that they want to deliver. They have an action scene, a dramatic conflict, the big wedding at the end, whatever. And so they want to fit these scenes into their story to create the genre picture that they want. Bring up Silence of the Lambs a lot of times with these videos, and the reason I do that, I like the movie, but it's not like on my top 10 list or something. But the reason I reference a lot is, one, it's a popular movie that everybody's really seen. Even people younger, it's a movie that it seems like every age is grabs it. Even like young teenagers or whatever now will like go and find Silence of the Lambs. They're familiar with it. So part of the vernacular of the culture. But it's a great movie reference because it won all those Oscars for a reason, because it's so tautly made, and it's so well made foundationally, fundamentally, and structurally. The MacGuffin for Silence of the Lamb is the missing senator daughter. And so now that we have this missing senator daughter, that gives Jodie Foster's character a reason to go see Hannibal. There's a reason for these confrontations and asking for help from Hannibal Lecter. There's reasons for her to go to an autopsy of the killer to find more information about the killer. And so you got reasons for all these steps going on. If that senator daughter plot device is never introduced, then what is the movie about? If you're not really grabbing onto a specific thing, then what are you doing? So when you shift away from the MacGuffin, you have a hard time finding some way to drive your plot forward, and then you're running the risk of being more freeform and potentially at some point maybe avant-garde. And if that's what you're going for, that's fine. But that's not really what we're talking about for the purposes of story team. A story team is all about structured, crafted stories. If you're looking to do avant-garde, you're in the wrong place. Once you have decided on what you want that thing to be, you'll notice a lot of things will fall into place a lot easier. I would dare say find your MacGuffin before you develop your 3-act structure or your lineup, do your line out for your novel or what have you, until you have the MacGuffin. I mean, you can have your protagonist first, your antagonist first. You can have, some scenes that you want in mind first, whatever. But you need that MacGuffin fairly early on. And if you change your mind what it is, that's fine. But you got to start having something to hang the story on. It's basically, it's a line, clothesline. You hang your clothes on it. That's that line for you to build. It's to help you do the 3-act structure, as I said. You're outlining. It gives you a reason to execute these scenes in your head, whether it be dramatic or action or horror or whatever. It's foundational, and you can't really get around it. So you can be creative and think of something new and original to be the MacGuffin. You can make it complicated. You can make it really simple. Simple is better, but you have to have one if you want to make a structured, audience-friendly film. If you want to go avant-garde, it's not what we're talking about. So some exercises might be think about the scenes that you want, and then start with your hero protagonist outline, or if you get the bad guy in mind first, start with your antagonist outline. And what you'll find is through that work, your MacGuffin will spring forward. And if you know your material, it'll come from that. So foundational should be high on your list of things to do before you get started. Find your MacGuffin.